Hello students, in today's class we are going to learn how to insert tables in our web page. To insert tables we have to use table tag. Table tag is a paired tag. It is the container tag. Inside the table we have different tags that are used for creating a table. So let us see how we can add tables in our web page. A table is made up of rows and columns. Rows are represented horizontally and columns are represented vertically. A table in an HTML is created using table tag. Now there are some attributes of table tag. Using these attributes we can change the appearance of the table. The first attribute is border. The border attribute is going to define a border for the table. The value of border attribute is a numbered value in pixels. If we do not use border attribute, then we will see a borderless table. The next attribute is border color. This attribute specifies the color of the border. The values for border color can be a color name or a hexadecimal color code. The third attribute is align. The align attribute is used to specify the position of the table. Align attribute has three values: left, right, or center. The default value is left. If we use align attribute, then we can see the table aligned to a specific position on the web page. The last attribute is BG color. BG color stands for background color. BG color is going to specify background color for the table. The value for BG color is a color name or a hexadecimal color code. We are going to see about different tags which are used inside the table tag. These are also known as the elements of the table. The first element of table tag is caption. The caption tag specifies table heading. The text which is written between the opening and the closing of caption will become the heading for the table. Caption tag has one attribute, align. Align attribute has two values, top and bottom. Top is the default value. The next tag which can be used inside table is TR. TR stands for table row. TR is used to create rows in a table. Whenever we are defining tables in HTML, we have to define them row-wise. Next attribute is TH. TH attributes indicates table heading. Whenever we have to display the data in bold format, that is, whenever we are displaying the first row of the table, we have to display table headings in that. In that case, TH tag is used to display the data in bold format. Next is TD. TD indicates table data. The text which is in between TD and close of TD will become the data. This data will be displayed in one of the cells of the table. The difference between TH and TD is that TH is going to display the data in bold format. So it is used whenever we want to display headings for that particular data. Otherwise, TD tag is used. There are some attributes for TD and TH. Let us have a look at attributes of TH and TD tag. The first attribute is align attribute. The align attribute is going to specify the alignment of the text. This means the text which is in between TD and /TD, we can set the alignment of that text. The values for align attribute are left, right, and center. The default is left. Next attribute is rowspan. Rowspan attribute creates a single row spanning across the table. This means whenever we want to merge rows, we use Rowspan. The value for Rowspan is a number of the cells that should be merged. Similarly, the next attribute is callspan. Callspan attribute is used to create a single column spanning across the table. Whenever we want to merge some columns, we use callspan. The value for callspan is the number of cells that we want to merge. Let us understand the table tag, the tags which are used inside the table tag, and its attributes in a program. Students, this is the example for table tag. In the left hand side, we have the notepad where we have written the code. In the right side, we have the execution of the code. So here we have the table that we want to display. Now in this table, there are no borders because we have not used the attributes. Slowly, we are going to study all the attributes also. So in our table, we have 3 columns, that is serial number, name of the person and age. And we have 3 rows. The first one is the heading row. The second one is the row with data. And the third row is also with data. So let us see how we can create this. First statement, doc type HTML, head, title. Close the title, close the head. Body, BG color equal to 1 hexadecimal code. So here this is the hexadecimal code for this green color. H1 table, you can see the heading table. Next, table tag. Whenever we want to display table, we use table tag. Inside the table, we create rows. This is our first row. In the first row, we have serial number, name of the person, age. All these 3 are column headings. As they are column headings, we will be using th tag. So tr going to define the row. Row starts here. In the row, the first heading th, serial number th. So the heading serial number will be displayed on the web page. Next, th, name of the person, close th. So heading which is in between th and close th will be displayed on the web page. Third one, th, age, /th. Then we close the row. So this is our first row. After the first row ends, we have to start with second row. Now second row is the data row. The second row is where we have the actual data. For starting the second row, we again write tr, td1/td. So the text in between td, that is 1, will be displayed in the cell. Now here we do not want it as a heading, that is why we have used td. Next, td jack/td. It will come under name of the person. The last data in the first row, td23/td. After the row ends, we write /tr. Similarly, we are going to create one more row. Students, you can create as many rows as you want. After all the rows have been completed, we close the table with /table. The table closes, body closes, and HTML closes. After writing the code, you save your file with .html and open the page in a web browser. Once you open the page in web browser, it is going to show you the output. So this is the web page that we are going to get. Now we are going to study different attributes of table tag. We will see one attribute at a time and the effect of that attribute. Here we have the table tag. First attribute is border. In the output which is displayed right now in the browser, we cannot see any borders. The reason is we have not used border attribute. Border equal to a number value in pixels. Here we are using 3. It will display a border with thickness 3. Save the file and let's refresh it. So now we can see border is being applied to the table. Next, border color. Border color takes the value as color name or a hexadecimal code. Let us write the color name as red. After we write, we have made the changes in the code, save the code and press refresh button. Now the color of the border has changed to red. Next, BG color. BG color equal to, again it is a color name or it can be any hexadecimal code. Let's write yellow. After making the changes, save and refresh. So we can see a background yellow color is being applied to the table. The last attribute is align. Align equal to right. After making the changes, save the file and refresh. Now we can see that the table is aligned to the right hand side. Similarly, if we use the value as center, the table will be aligned to center of the page. Students, you can use any attribute that you want. The order of the attribute will not create any difference in the output. That means you can use BG color as the first attribute, border as the last attribute. It is not going to make any difference in the output. Also, it is up to the designer to choose how many attributes the designer wants to use. If the designer wants only one attribute can be used. Alright, so these are the attributes of table tag.